It's been on fire, I think, 3 times, which tends to happen during harvest time when everything's really hot and there's lots of hot, dry things on it, and you just get a bearing that gets too hot, and away she goes. So
we've always wanted as an ambition to make a whisky that was 100% Cumbrian barley, Cumbrian water, distilled in Cumbria, stored, matured in Cumbria, everything from start to finish.
you can see we've put some organic fertiliser on there, so we've got shed muck from our neighbour.
Okay.
So that's gonna make the soil fertile.
It's such good, so just totally different to what we have in Grasmere, and it's nothing like this, man.
I want that in my machine.
No. We've been looking and looking for a farmer who would take a risk on us to grow some barley for us, and we've managed to find John. So, John, tell us about what you're putting in the ground here.
Yeah, we're going to be putting some laureate barley in. It's a variety that I've never grown before. It's something that people grow for the market for distilling, and it obviously has the attributes that you need to make the whisky taste good.
Fantastic. And tell me about your farm and the arable, the different types of things you're planting here, where we are in Cumbria and all that sort of thing.
So we're south of Carlisle. We're in some low-lying land which grows crops quite well. We've got some good fertile soil and good sized fields for producing crops, and yeah, it's an ideal place to trial this.
And how long have you been going farming here?
So I've personally been farming for, if I include my school years that I always got out of and got out on the tractors and things, yeah, something like 35 years, and it's been going well. My dad and I have been farming, and my granddad was on the farm before that. This particular farm here at Thistlewood, we've owned for 25 years. And we've been growing crops here all that time with good results.
And mostly barley, or a little bit of everything?
We grow barley, wheat and oats.
Okay, fantastic. And tell me about the timetable now. So you've ploughed the field. Obviously, what are we now? We're early April? So
we're early April. The ideal would have been to get it in March, but the weather conditions and the soil temperatures weren't right. So we're in April now. We'll try and get this drilled this week, and before the rain comes. This is what we call a one-pass system. So I'll be putting this red machine on the front of my tractor, and that crushes the ploughed soil into a finer sort of soil, and then on the back is a drill basically, but it's got what we call power harrows.
Right.
So these rotate, make makes the soil nice and fine, and then behind here it rolls it, and then the final operation is the seed gets drilled into the nicely rolled fine soil at the right depth. So this sets the depth of the seed, which is very important.
Okay, and then
finally, because this is a one pass, we don't need to go into the field again. This just levels out any soil that's been disrupted.
So this is to stop the birds from stealing it all?
It stops the birds, but it plants the seed at a depth that it can get moisture, and it won't just dry out and die. So
and also presumably efficiency, so you can do a big area in a day.
This is a 4-metre machine, and we're very productive with this machine. About 40 acres here ploughed over, ready to sow, and I've got a little bit of extra work to do before I put the seed drill on and get it drilled in the ground. So hopefully Friday we'll be drilling some laureate.
Fantastic! I'm excited. Genuinely, I'm very excited, and the likely. I'm not used to having to grow the stuff, right? So what's the timetable? How long does it take to germinate?
We will be harvesting this at the end of August, beginning of September.
Okay.
So it takes a little while to mature.
Yeah.
And if the growing conditions are right, we'll hopefully have a nice dry harvest window of opportunity to get the moisture nice and low, because I know you'll want it nice and low.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So we'll just try and let the sunshine do the job. We don't have any drying facilities here, so we'll just be patient and wait for the sunshine.
Fantastic. All right, well, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Here's to that.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Here's to the first bottle.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, well, that's the other thing to say is obviously when John's done his work and gives the barley to us, then we're probably, we're installing a maltings in Grasmere, they're probably the smallest maltings in the UK, which is hilarious because most people are trying to be the biggest, obviously. We'll be able to malt about half a tonne at a time, which is enough for one 200 litre barrel of whisky. So if John can get us 4 tonnes, that's 8 barrels. And then they'll need to age for at least 3 years. We're going to try at Grasmere to age everything for at least 6 to 8 years. So if you fast forward in time, I'm going to be 40 in July. When this comes out of the ground, I'll be nearly 50 by the time this actually gets probably onto a shelf somewhere. But it's an exciting project for me, and I think, I hope it's worth the wait. There you go.
Me too.
Right, very good.
Yeah.